the first thing real estate investors do is they look for the investor-friendly title company, which typically means low fees, which typically means low staff, which typically means slow service, which typically means shitty service. As a lender that's loaning in multiple states, one of the banes of my existence is title companies.
Oh yeah, they're terrible.
Specifically since the first thing real estate investors do is they look for the investor-friendly title company, which typically means low fees, which typically means low staff, which typically means slow service, which typically means shitty service.
Yeah.
And we send these closing instructions, and it's like well documented, and it's in bold, underlined font where to send the checks and the wires. And I mean, it's literally, they cannot follow the instructions that are written for a 2-year-old. Yes. How the living HELL do you deal with so many title companies nationwide that are picked by some of the cheapest millionaires I've ever met in my life?
Well, we don't let them pick. First off, that if you come to us and say, hey, I really use, I don't even know who's the Alamo Title or somebody, right? Like, okay, if we use them, great. If not, hey, we'll give them a shot. But we always tell them, hey, Tim, I get that they're great. We'll give it a try. But if they're not great, we're going to tell you, because this has happened before where our clients have come in and said, I want to use XYZ title company. They're my friend. And after like 3 months, we're like, bro, they are fucking terrible. Like, let me just tell you, I have so many other options for you where we can do this. But no, ideally with us, because we have 400 partner title companies across the country. And so we know, because we know not all title companies are created equal, most of them don't want to deal with investors' bullshit. Rightfully so, because we bring the crazy, right? We only bring problems, right? Because that's what we do. We go out and look for death, divorce, taxes, probate, bad tenants, like all the shit, and we take them to those title companies. So one of the reasons, it's true. So a normal title company.
I've just never heard it said, this is what we look for, and we take it to them.
Yeah, right?
Like,
so
allow me to bring a train wreck to your office.
So not only are we bringing title companies a train wreck, we're also the least fucking responsive people on earth. Right? I tell people, like, our bookkeepers hate us, our accountants hate us, our attorneys hate us, because, my desk, God, if poor Crystal didn't come clean my desk twice a week, it would just, shit would be water falling off the edges, right? My coordinator.
I'm confused. Is this a proposition to get more people to work with you, or trying to get them not to work with you?
I mean, tell it like it is. If you don't want us to work for you, but we're fucking great at what we do, but we do recognize who our clients are. And we were just talking in there, like,
how great. If you can train them to work with you, then they're definitely able to work with me.
That's right. It's weird how that's going to happen. So, the people that we hire to be coordinators, right? We're very specific about who we hire, right? Detail-oriented. They love to solve problems.
Right.
Like if you were to say, hey, I need a pivot table off of this Excel spreadsheet, which I don't really know what that means, but I know it's a word. Like 17 of them would be like, I can do that shit.
I just learned what that is.
Did you? It's pretty cool, actually. But if I was to go pick 15 wholesalers and say, hey, which one of you wants to do a chart? They'd be like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, that's not my thing, right? So we hire people that love to do this part of the business, which is why we complement investors so well. Because we don't want to do that stuff. Like, we get jazzed up, like, yeah, man, I got this great deal. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to make $40,000 off it. And then you're like, okay, I'm going to give it to the title company. It's like, walking through quicksand. So let me just finish one thing. So not only do we take them the worst shitty files, they have to deal with us who are so unresponsive, right? So this is why they like working with our transactions company, because now it's one point of contact and all that stuff.